I represent the 53rd House Delegates District, which is right next door to Alfonso. So we're almost like, we're neighbors as far as delegates go, but we're in Richmond. We're actually closer than neighbors. We actually share an apartment, a two-bedroom apartment. Close quarters, so we share a place down in Richmond. And so I really got to know Alfonso well in my time at the General Assembly. And so he asked me to come down and sort of help MC the event that we were going to have today. And I said, there's going to be free pie or any kind of pie, I'll take it. So I'm here for the pie and to say some nice things about Alfonso. But first,
does he make his bed?
First, every day, hospital corner.
Slob.
So, before I do that, I want to really kick things off. I want to turn it over to our House Minority Leader, the first woman to ever lead a major party caucus in Virginia history.
400 years.
So Eileen, take it away.
Well, great to see you all here, and I wanted to thank you for the invitation to go. And this is the opening day, or do I understand that right?
Pre-opening.
Pre-opening.
Yes. Pre-opening.
Very exciting for all of us to be here today, and best of luck to you. Thank you. So I wanted to just start by just a couple brief remarks before we say wonderful things about Alfonso. But first off, thank you all for being here to support Alfonso. You're an amazing delegate. And it's an honor and privilege for me to be here today with Marcus as well. A lot of you, just as when I came in, were asking already, what interesting session you had. And yes, it was an interesting session. Obviously, the first session that I've had in my new role as leader. But I'll tell you, it's an honor and a privilege for me to serve as leader of that House Democratic Caucus, truly. We have an amazing, amazing caucus. Okay? We've got 49 incredible members with a wide variety of expertise and experiences, wide variety of talents, and truly, really, I'd say passionate, intelligent, bright, competent individuals that have all come together and form our caucus. So why wouldn't it be such an honor for me to have, to really have the opportunity to get to know everybody well and to lead this amazing group? And the biggest, I'd say the most important thing is obviously our caucus filled with people that are also extremely diverse, right? We had so many communities that never before had representation. They never had a voice, right? And thanks to your hard work, your efforts, we were able to elect an amazing crop of members that joined us in our existing caucus in 2017. And I'll tell you, capable, competent, and also diverse. So our caucus has an opportunity to do some really good things, and this session was no exception. So there were some distractions, there was some noise, there was things that were really way out of our control. But again, we had the opportunity to work together, to come together, to stand up for the issues and the values that are so important to all of us. The reason that all of us actually ran for office, so that we could make a difference and provide a voice to those that didn't have a voice, and to stand up for the issues that are so important to us. And we had an opportunity to do that this session. Now, it was not without some disappointment, which we expected that happens year after year. We're at 49, right? Now, on the one hand, we're almost where we need to be. But think about where we came from, and think about the power of 49. So last year, after you all worked, the last election cycle, you all worked extremely hard to ensure that we had these new members come join our caucus so that we're at 49. What will we be able to do as a result of 49? The power of 49. How about Medicaid expansion?
Yeah.
Raising the felony larceny threshold.
Finally.
Yes. Important to many of us, and it was a bill that I introduced year after year. These are just two examples of what we were able to do when we increased our numbers, right? Think about now what we are going to be able to do when we achieve the majority in November.
Yeah.
Right?
Here, here.
Cusp of governing. And again, as I mentioned, we've got amazing 49, and so what we're doing right now, we are ensuring that all of our members have what they need and are doing exactly what they need to ensure that they win re-election. Without them, we can't achieve that majority. And you know what else though? We are traveling around, many of us, identifying candidates and working with existing candidates that have self-identified already, and we have an amazing, amazing crop of candidates this year. I'm here to tell you. We can't wait to have them join us when we achieve the majority. So just some of the things that when I think about what can we do, and when we achieve the majority, when I travel around, that's what people really want to hear. People are asking me, they're asking me, well, what is it going to be like under a Democratic General Assembly? What will we be able to achieve? What issues are important to you all? And they see how successful we were this past session and the session before. They think, wow, this would be truly amazing if we can really achieve the majority. So we're talking about gender equality. Okay? How about gender equality? What happened this year with the ERA? Right? Did you see that? One vote. One vote. Imagine what we can do, and imagine what it'll be like when Virginia carries us over with the ERA. Okay? Talking about workers' rights, standing up for the workers of the Commonwealth of Virginia, right? Do we have anybody right now in Virginia, do we have the majority where we can band together and really support workers' rights? Have we had that opportunity yet? Do we introduce in the Democratic Caucus bill, year after year, bill after bill, doing exactly that? Yeah. Another issue, gun safety. Many of us have been fighting for gun safety rights and trying to pass gun safety bills year after year. I was one of the organizers of the Million Mile March back in 2000, okay? This is not a new issue for many of us. And on some issues we have been able to work together, collaborate with the other side. On gun safety and on workers' rights and many other issues in the environment and women's rights, we have not been successful. Right. There is so much more we can do. And think about what it'll be like when we are in control. So what I'm here to tell you is that we have a lot of things to be proud of, and this session was no exception. We were able to move the ball forward, and I'm not going to go into those details because I know that I don't want to take away the thunder from Alfonso.
You've already stolen my speech.
I know. So I don't want to talk about all these great things that we did. I'll leave that to Alfonso and and all of that. But I'm here to say that elections matter, and elections have consequences. And you saw what we could do 2 years ago. You see the power of 49. You see where we're headed. There's no doubt what we're going to be able to do when we are in power and in control. And we're really, really very close to that. So right now, I'm here to thank you for being here to support Alfonso Lopez. And you all know the amazing delegate that he is and how well represented you are. To have somebody who, again, who is so capable, so bright, who knows these issues inside and out. Somebody who's not afraid to stand up day in and day out for the issues and the values that are so important to us, whether it's in subcommittee, whether it's in full committee, whether it's on the floor of the House of Delegates. He does not shy away from these issues. He also has the passion and empathy. He works well with his constituents, representing them every single day. And you all know that because I've spoken with many of you here today, and you've told me. Whenever there's a problem, whenever there's an issue, Alfonso is there. He is extremely responsive, and he's able to put together coalitions, working with stakeholders to ensure that he's got the coalitions, got the ability to move forward to solve your problems or to move things ahead for his district. When he does not know an issue, inside and out, which is rare, you know what he does? He reads, he studies. Imagine that. Imagine having a member of the House of Delegates that actually is concerned about facts. That's Alfonso. Now, I've had the honor of, Alfonso and I go way back, actually. We worked together in the Kane administration. We've known each other for years and years. And so I know the kind of person that he is. I know the passion that he has. I know that he's on the right side of these issues. And again, what more can you ask for a member who's responsive and open to learning and growing, but standing up for the issues and the values that are important. That's what he does every single day. He has been an amazing whip, part of our leadership team, and I'll tell you, definitely one of those people that people turn to. So if there's a question about a certain bill, a certain issue, you want to provide background, who do you go to? You go to the whip team. We're fortunate to have Alfonso in our leadership and moving forward and helping to move our agenda forward, standing up for the issues and the values that are so important to all of us. So without further ado, I just wanted to thank you all for being here to support Alfonso. And thank you for what you do for all of us and for the Democrats. I know, as I mentioned in the beginning, I am proud to lead the Democratic Caucus. We have an amazing group. It's about to get even bigger and better thanks to all of you. And so without further ado, I give to you Delegate Alfonso Lopez.
Lies, all lies, complete lies, fabrications. No, thank you all for being here tonight. And thank you to Saul. Saul, congratulations on your opening. This is an amazing small business. And there's my little boy who just came in, and my other little boy who's outside playing with my father. All right? And this is an amazing small business, and you guys are going to be a rock star here in the planet. If anybody hasn't had Acme pies, they are the best pies in Virginia, and I've had too many of them over the years. And so I want to thank you and also condemn you for my waistline. Here is the thing. I so appreciate all of you for being here today. We have such an amazing community here, and such an amazing family in the 49th District, and all the leaders who are in this room, and all the work you do to make not only Arlington and Fairfax, but all of Virginia a better place, and whose voices are heard regularly down in Richmond. So thank you. On behalf of everyone who, should thank you, but doesn't know they should thank you, thank you. Two stories before I talk a little bit about why this election's important. People don't know sometimes why I do what I do and why I've been so involved in public policy. A lot of people knew my mom. She was a high school guidance counselor at W&L High School for 32 years. She worked with HILT and Dreamer kids for that whole time, and because of her, over 1,000 children who could have been forgotten not only graduated from high school, they graduated from college. And she was the kind of teacher who I'd come home from graduate school and there'd be 30 kids in my backyard. And they'd be sleeping bags everywhere. It's like, what's going on? And Dad would tell me, oh, we'll talk about it later. And I'd find out that she realized that a lot of these kids on long weekends weren't eating because they didn't have the school lunch program. So she was the kind of teacher who'd have a 3-day barbecue in our backyard. She was that kind of teacher. Not as many people knew about my dad. My dad was one of 22 brothers and sisters from the same parents. 22, yes. Not much to do in the Andes Mountains of Venezuela in the 1930s. And he didn't want to be a farmer. So he saved up $260 in 1950s money because he had the dream of a better life in the United States. And he was undocumented for 3 months. Guess how many days it took him to get a green card back in 1958? A week? Close, 5 days. That included a weekend. 5 days to get a green card. Today it takes 7 years if you're lucky, 13 usually. My dad worked as a busboy and as a waiter. He learned English. He graduated from Northern Virginia Community College when I was 5 years old. Then took one class a semester every year at George Mason until he graduated from college 1 month before I graduated from high school. All while working 2-3 jobs to try to give me a better life and my family a better life. He worked to make that better life because we had the value of the social safety net. We had a lot of help along the way. And what I saw originally when I first ran was that social safety net being eviscerated. I saw the work that generations had done to build up Virginia, to make it a place that was strong for workers, a place that was strong on the environment and moving forward on things like gun safety, slowly being eroded. Not slowly, pretty fast. So a lot of folks approached me, a lot of folks in this room approached me about running for the House of Delegates, and I did. And I have to tell you, I adore every moment being the delegate from the 49th District. I adore every moment with Eileen and with Marcus and all my friends in the House of Delegates. And Dad said something to me once on an international phone call after we passed something I care deeply about, which is the Affordable Housing Trust Fund in Virginia, that to this day has helped literally thousands of families in every corner of the Commonwealth. He quoted a favorite author of mine, Hunter S. Thompson, and said, "You have earned your right to walk terra firma. And I started crying because we were able to pass legislation that helped thousands of people I never met in every corner of Virginia. And this year, just a few weeks ago, we were able to increase the funding to $18 million. And there's a lot more we got to do. Because everybody knows some of the poorest areas in Virginia are within minutes of us by walking. And they're scared. They're scared about gentrification. They're scared about what's happening. And they need help. And they need to be free from fear. And we need to do a lot more in the terms of affordable housing. We need to do a lot more in terms of education funding. We need to do a lot more in terms of how we actually address the social safety net. We need to have a budget that reflects our values. We need to finally pass sensible gun violence prevention legislation. And oh my God, wouldn't it be great if we actually had environmental safeguards that were environmental safeguards, you know, that weren't paper. We should be the leader in the Mid-Atlantic for renewable energy. We're the best place in the Mid-Atlantic for wind off the coast, solar in the valley, hydrokinetic in our rivers. We're leaving tens of thousands of jobs and hundreds of millions of dollars on the table every year. Think about what we could do with the majority. Think about what we could do, the issues that we care about. The DREAM Act, in-state tuition. I was incredibly proud of the fact that working with the Attorney General, we were able to get the Chev letter changed, so for the last several years, kids have had the benefit of the DREAM Act in Virginia. They've been able to get in-state tuition. That's thousands of children who have an education. But that could go away in a heartbeat if we don't have an Attorney General who's on our side. So we need it in the Code of Virginia, and that's why every year I put that bill in as the first bill. If we have the majority, the work of a lifetime is the work of 2 afternoons. If we have the majority, the values and the issues that you cherish, the values and issues that you cherish, they get done for 8.4 million people. And as Eileen mentioned, Medicaid expansion, 400,000 families have health care and know that they're not on the verge of bankruptcy if someone gets into a car accident or has a catastrophic illness. You did that. You did that by door knocking and going like Steve Baker, we're Steve Baker, going to every targeted district in the state and bringing dozens of volunteers to door knock. You did that. Cindy Cunningham, you did that. Clara, you did that. We've got to do it again. We're this close to really making our dreams come true. I've worked so hard with Eileen and Marcus and Rip and everybody to try to get us as close as we can. For 8 years now, recruiting, cajoling folks to run. I talked to Hala Ayala for 4 straight years before she pulled the trigger and ran for office. And isn't she amazing?
Yeah.
Each of our freshmen are just as good as Hala. We need to help them all win re-election, and there are so many of these new candidates who are so good. Folks like Dan Helmer, West Point grad, Rhodes Scholar, who's going to win with all of our help. I want to be able to continue the fight with Marcus and Eileen and everyone else in the House of Delegates to take the majority this year and fight for the issues that we all care about. So, I need your help. I need your help for my June 11th primary. We're confident, but we're not taking anything for granted. Abby, Kevin, Salam, my campaign team, but you guys are all family. I need your help so that after June 11th, we can continue the fight and we can bring it home in November. And we can send a message to the folks across the river that what's going on is not okay. It's not who we are as Virginians, and it's definitely not who we are as Americans. So don't let them continue this narrative that somehow they can flip Virginia back. They can't. And we're not going to let them. Thank you very much.